My dear child, I want to remind you of the power of grace. My grace is the gift that surpasses all understanding and covers every aspect of your life. And it is through grace that you are forgiven, redeemed, and made anew. There is nothing you can do to earn or deserve this grace. It is freely given to you because of my great love for you. So embrace the truth that you are accepted and cherished just as you are. So when you stumble and fall, my grace is there to pick you up and set you on a path of restoration. So, my child, know that I will not give some of the things that you have asked me because I know what will happen and if I give you those things. When Peter and his friends were fishing the whole night, they prayed to me for the fish, but I did not answer their prayers. So, because I had another plan for them in the morning, if I had given them what they have asked for, they would not be known as what they are being known as now. And in the same way, you may not get certain things that you are praying for, and it is not because I am not hearing your prayers. I am hearing your prayers, but it is because I have a plan for you, a plan to prosper you, a plan to bless you. Remember one thing, just because the things that you think are best for you does not mean that is the exact thing that you need. So have a faith in me. In the right time, I will bless you with the best thing. So, my child, know that when your mind shifts, everything shifts along with it. Don't underestimate the power of your inner voice. So, even on your worst day, you still have the ability to find a silver lining, and that is how much strength exists in you. Focus on the good, and soon your entire vibe will start to transform in the best way. Like a magnet, your soul will start to attract good energy everywhere you go. Behind the scenes, there is a lot going on in your favor that you can't see, so trust the process and enjoy each day as it comes. You are entering a new reality where everything will start to go your way, and it is time you had enough lessons. So you did the work, you overcome so much, you believed even when it was hard to. You never give up, you pushed through it all. Now it's your turn to receive in a major way. So, my child, know that. Where do you see yourself headed? You have an important life purpose, and it's time to stop playing it safe. So, it is easy to get anxious and impatient when you are ready for a change, but don't push too hard. Sometimes we think that we are stuck and we find it challenging to break free. Sometimes it is our own belief that keep us from not moving forward, as well as the circumstances we are in at the moment. So So it is not always that easy to break free, take a risk, leave or move somewhere else, and it needs a plan and preparation. The time is now to dig deep and figure it out, reach the higher goals, bigger dreams, and allow people to help you along the way. Never allow yourself to be held captive to other people's expectations or demands. You are in control of your destiny, so don't risk being trapped. Consider your options carefully, and you may not be where you want to be, but you are well on your way. The entire universe is conspiring with you, encouraging and supporting you to find your wings and fly. You can do it, I believe in you. So, my child, know that it is okay if life scares you right now and you don't really know what to do next. It is okay if everything seems to be hurting and all you feel is anxious and worried. And it is okay if you are hopeless about everything. It is okay, all these feelings have value and you don't have to pretend like they don't hurt you. So, our greatest strength lies in our ability to acknowledge our pain, things that hurt us. Remember, everything that you are going through is temporary. None of them are here to stay, but when they leave, they will leave you as a person stronger than ever before. So let yourself feel all that you need to feel. Do whatever you feel necessary for you to heal yourself. And it is okay if it takes time. It is okay if none of it makes sense right now. So, my child, know that it will work out even better than you have planned. Source is working on divine aligned miracles for you at this very moment. You are being called to step fully into your higher self. You must leave your old life behind in order to receive the new energy, and that is waiting for you. And the moment you align your inner frequency with this higher reality, it will click. Attune yourself by thinking, speaking, acting, and believing what your higher self would. And when you begin walking on the journey, you did not know where you were heading or where you would end up someday. So you did not know how far you could go, and the roadblocks along the way made your heart more worried and stressed. So all you had was hope and the choice to keep going anyway. And now, years later, as you look back on the journey, I hope you feel proud of the way you have handled the not so easy days. I hope you see the purpose in all that has happened and be grateful for how far you have come along the way. So, my child, know that the universe is once again reminding you and encouraging you to own your light and strut as your sovereign self unapologetically. The higher road is not conforming or being the bigger person, and it is instead saying enough. The higher road is claiming your divine birthright and refusing to give your power away. You are not alone at all. You have an army of angels backing you and congratulating you for being your authentic self in this lifetime. During this transitional paradigm shift, you are the chosen one. Are you still holding on to that hurtful comment, that moment of disappointment, or that rude encounter? When you hold on to anything, your attention will begin to subtly rest upon it, which will begin to allow into your life even more things that feel like that. Holding on to anything. So, especially that which causes you pain or upset, is not only tiring but it is also stagnating your growth, sabotaging your peace, and stealing your joy. So ultimately, you would not find peace by holding on to anything. So let it go and reach for your happiness, peace, and purpose. See each day given as a blessing filled with abundant opportunities. Be grateful for what you have acquired and all you have achieved. So, if you find it challenging to celebrate what you have, applaud what you overcome, and reclaim your capacity to create more abundance. So, acknowledge the beauty in the process of becoming the best and receiving the best. Make today an amazing day. So, my child, know that you are on the journey of finding out who you really are and what you really want in life. So, you have to get lost to be found, so give yourself more time. You still have a long way to go, but you are not behind. Everyone has their own timeline. Don't be afraid of running out of time. You are allowed to take your time to explore your life. Don't limit yourself to one vision because you are full of infinite possibilities and you can change your direction anytime. So you can't see the whole path ahead, but you can't let your intuition be your guide. Getting lost is never a waste of time. So your purpose finds you when the time is right. Embrace the ride. Stop trying to figure out life. Keep wondering and you will reach your destination at the perfect time. Discover yourself. It is where your destiny lies. So, my child, know that. Sometimes we forget that we are not going to be in the same place forever. Hurting, unsure, confused about where we belong. Sometimes we forget that pain is only temporary, and some of the hardest moments of our lives prepare us for the best. And it is these difficult times that test us the most, but we would not always be here. We would not always hurt like this. Your current situation is not your final destination. Your current pain is not endless. This moment that you find yourself in where nothing makes sense and no one feels like bones. And is like putting your feet in cold water for the first time uncomfortable. Singing, but as time wears on things not only get easier, but they also change and get better. Over time, the hard stuff not only became softer, but also start making sense to you. Over time, pain not only becomes manageable but is also replaced with love and happiness. Sometimes we forget that nothing lasts forever, and just like every other day that felt heavier than the one before it, this day will pass too. So, if you are feeling overwhelmed with life at the moment, I want you to remember this. It is okay if you are moving slow or taking a break entirely. And it is okay to pace yourself and take your time. Sometimes the only person putting pressure on a situation is you. It is okay to go a little easier on yourself, and it is okay to be human. So, my child, know that. One of the best feelings is when you accept that you deserve better and finally let go of someone who has been loving you half-heartedly. And for some of us, the ones who get attached to people easily and give our all to a relationship, walking away from someone who is hurting us does not come easy. It takes us a lot of time to come to terms with the idea that as much as we try to save this relationship, and it is still bound to remain a mess as long as the other person does not show up for it. And which is why, when we finally accept that no number of second chances are going to lead to them outgrowing their red flags, and it becomes easier to let go. So it becomes a little less difficult to end that relationship once you know that you are not the reason it is over. It is because of them and how little effort they made to appreciate and reciprocate the love you felt for them. So, my child, dear God, you are good no matter what goes on around me. You are always good. You are worthy of praise and receive all the glory. You provide for me, straighten me, deliver me, and heal me even when I don't see you at a work in my life. That does not change the fact that you are working. So you are always working behind the scenes for the scenes, your children. So regardless of what I face today, I will praise you always in Jesus' almighty name. Amen. So my child, know that. Today is about all embracing the fact that you really do create your own reality and you are free to shape your life the way you choose. Spend time today consciously manifesting. Write down what you want to welcome into your life, what you are ready to release, and what direction you would like to move in. So have a patience with yourself. You are starting a new journey and there will be many bumps along the way. Just know that as long as you are doing your best, you are making progress even if it does not seem like it. Step into your authenticity, your destiny awaits. And what is keeping you stuck? What is it that you want to change? You have unlimited options at your fingertips. And some days this is obvious, but other times you may feel limited or stuck. Sometimes you may feel as though your way is blocked, but that is just an illusion. So you could free yourself from the obstacles that you are so focused on by choosing a different path. Turn your thoughts away from negativity and instead envision other endless possibilities you might act upon. And the universe is urging you to free yourself from bad influences. confinements of your circumstances and stagnation. So, my child, know that your body works almost effortlessly to keep you alive and keep going. It is really an amazing thing how that works. And that is why it is so important to listen to yourself, respect yourself, and meet you at your own basic needs. And because the truth is, the dishes can wait, the house would not clean itself, but it does not need to be cleaned right now. That email or call can be returned later. Rest when you need to, pause when you have to, do what you can, however well you can, with what you have to give. The world around will not fall apart, but you will if you do not put yourself first and make yourself the priority you deserve to be. So remind yourself, if you are giving your best, that is all anyone can ask of you, and if you are giving your best, that is all you can ask of yourself, and all of it is something to be really proud of. So, my child, know that when negative thoughts and images of the future enter your mind, immediately replace them with positive ones. This can be done by mentally wiping away the negative image and replacing it with a vision of a desirable outcome. For example, if you find yourself worrying about a negative event happening tomorrow, change your thoughts to envision everything working out perfectly. And similarly, if you find yourself visualizing yourself as unhealthy or weak, change the image to one of strength and vitality. The simple yet effective habit of flipping negative thoughts to positive ones will have a significant impact on your everyday life. So, my child, know that we all have emotions. It is a normal part of being a human. Emotions exist to help us experience the full depth and color of life. They influence our choices, compel us to take action, help us hear God's voice, and enable us to develop deep and intimate relationships. But many of us have been taught to repress our feelings in one way or another, and maybe you just feel like you are too busy to deal with your emotions. Or maybe you have had painful experiences of emotional invalidation, rejection, and judgment that is taught you to hide your emotions in order to feel safe. Or maybe nobody has ever held the space for to you, share what you are feeling, and give you empathy. So, masking your emotions may feel like the only way to cope, but while this helps decrease your outward emotional expression, in the short term, it has much more serious consequences in the long term. And repression turns worry into anxiety, disappointment into depression, and anger into resentment, and before long, we have a cesspool of unconscious emotional toxins in our body. So slowly this saps our energy, erodes our health, and ferment into unloving emotional corruption. So that what can we do to resolve this cycle of repressing emotions? So my child, know that you should be proud of yourself for doing everything you can to survive, whether it is waking up in the morning determined to get through another challenge, another struggle, or another bad day. You should be proud of the way you make ends meet, whether you are driven to motivate yourself in your humdrum job or whether you are hustling different jobs to make sure you pay your bills every month. You should be proud of yourself for trying to mend your broken heart and how you did not let someone betray you or lie to you or manipulate you. You should be proud of all the way you have healed and all the heartbreaks you overcome that show me what you can put up with, what you can't tolerate, and when it's time to leave. You should be proud of how much you take care of yourself to a point where you don't let your love for others defer you. You should be proud of yourself for surviving the big things, for overcoming the big obstacles, but you should also celebrate the little wins. Because you would be surprised how the little things can throw you off balance and knock you out when you don't deal with them right away. And you should be proud of yourself for trying, for growing, for evolving when it is easier to stay in your bubble or your comfort zone or your shelter. You should be proud of yourself for not giving up on life, even if it keeps getting harder or more challenging. And you should be proud of yourself for not giving up on you. Because if you can always fight for your survival, then you will overcome anything. And if you can always find a way to leave behind your past or your mistake or your wrongdoings without letting them define you, then you will be able to mend your broken pieces time and time again. You should be proud of yourself because sometimes you would not find the support you need. You would not find those who loves you the way you want to be loved. You would not find those who appreciate your efforts or how far you have come. And you would not find those who will acknowledge the battles you fight to make it through another day. And that is why sometimes you have to be that person for yourself and learn the art of survival all alone. So, my child, know that. Again and again, the Apostle Paul implores us to live in Christ, which is to say, in effect, devote yourself to living as Jesus' apprentice and get caught up in his life from above. Paul lived this way, himself boasting a glory in Christ. In fact, in these epistles, he refers to our position in Christ 160 times. Probably most of us know in our head that we are loved and esteemed by God. We may even have some of these in Christ Bible verses memorized or hanging on our wall. But many of us struggle to believe and agree with what God says about us. We carry feelings of shame, insecurities, and low self worth, and it blocks us from receiving and agreeing with God's love for us. Perhaps we are thinking so much about our deficiencies or our projects that we miss the opportunities to think about God and the beautiful things He is already doing in our lives. Our internal citric ends up deflecting the grace messages that God communicates to us, but rather than entering into a self help project of trying to raise our own self esteem or get God to do it for us. The Bible directs us to focus on God worship. Proper self love is a natural byproduct of loving God. So, if you are struggling to believe and receive these grace truths or many other aspects of your identity in Christ, start with loving and worshiping the God who loves you. Then join God and a soul friend in caring for you. Over time, in prayer and conversations with a safe friend, spiritual director, or counselor, you will be able to internalize the love of God and your identity in Christ into your heart in new ways. So, my child, know that. And Balak said unto Black, Build me here 7 altars, and prepare me here 7 oxen, and 7 rams. And Black did as Balaam had spoken, and Balak and Balaam offered on every altar a bullock on a ram. And Balaam said unto Black, Stand by the burnt offering, and I will go. Pre-adventure, the Lord will come to meet me, and whatsoever He sweet me, I will tell them. And he went to an high place, and God met Balaam, and he said unto him, I have prepared 7 altars, and I have offered upon every altar a bullock and a ram. And afterward they desired a king, and God gave unto them Saul the son of Cis, a man of the tribe of Benjamin, by the space of 40 years. And when he had removed him, he raised up unto them David to be their king, to whom also he gave testimony and said, I have found David the son of Jesse, a man after mine own heart, which shall fulfill all my will. Of this man's seed hath God, according to his promise, raised unto Israel a Savior, Jesus. Type yes if you have faith and trust in God, and if you want your all wishes comes true, type Amen.